At Intel, our purpose is to create world-changing technology that enriches the lives of every person on Earth. There has never been a time in our industry where our collective opportunity is as large as it is today. The future of technology is being shaped by the rise of several tech inflections. The levels of efficiency and scale that cloud architectures brought to the data center are now being extended to the network and edge. 5G will enable rich new experiences and services, fundamentally changing the way we think of compute and requiring all networks to transform. The edge is demanding more and more compute closer to where the data is being created and consumed, driving a new wave of multifunction, compute-hungry devices. Artificial intelligence is fundamental, becoming pervasive in all applications and shaping the future of entire industries. AI turns data from a burden into an opportunity. At the core of these inflections is silicon and software. Intel's goal is to service every single data-centric workload through our product portfolio. We have been investing in platform technologies designed to unleash the full potential of data. With unmatched scale, portfolio breadth, and ecosystem support, Intel is uniquely positioned to enable the world's insatiable appetite to move, store, and process data, unlocking value for people, business, and society on a global scale. Artificial intelligence and analytics are the defining workloads of the next decade, driving disruptive innovation across the data-centric landscape from the cloud to the edge. With the help of Moore's Law and cloud efficiency, AI is growing beyond just the most sophisticated organizations into permeating every application. An umbrella for a multitude of different models and applications, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to satisfy the diverse range of AI requirements and use cases. We've unveiled new AI-optimized products, starting with the third-gen Intel Xeon scalable processors paired with Intel Optane Persistent Memory 200 series. New Intel 3D NAND SSDs, the D7 P5500 and P5600, Intel's first AI-optimized FPGA, the Intel Stratix 10NX, and new Intel Select Solutions. With almost 35 million processors deployed, Xeon is the foundation of the world's data-centric infrastructure. The third-gen Xeon Scalable processor evolves our 4 to 8-socket processor offerings, delivering built-in AI acceleration and persistent memory leadership for today's AI-infused, data-intensive digital services. It is also the only current generation of an x86 platform that offers scalability up to 8 sockets. The Intel Xeon Scalable processor is the foundation for AI and is the only mainstream data center CPU on the market with integrated deep learning acceleration. As the de facto standard for deep learning inference in the data center, most customers begin their AI journey on Xeon. The field of AI is progressing rapidly, and the third-gen Xeon Scalable processor is evolving right along with it. Developed by some of the industry's most innovative AI minds, bfloat 16 is a compact numeric format that uses half the bits as the more familiar 32-bit floating point format. This enables greater processing speed while achieving comparable model accuracy. Continuing Intel's leadership in built-in AI acceleration, the new third-gen Xeon Scalable processors are the industry's first mainstream server processor with built-in bfloat 16 support, adding to our existing DL Boost optimizations. Requiring minimal software changes, DL Boost with bfloat 16 improves hardware efficiency for both AI training and inference by allowing the CPU to process 2 instructions per cycle. This delivers up to a 1.93x increase in training performance, accelerating time to model deployment and making more frequent retraining practical to keep AI systems up to date, and up to a 1.9x increase in inference performance. Hardware acceleration benefits tremendously from optimized software to unleash the capability and make it easier to use. Intel engineers have prepared the AI ecosystem with bfloat 16-enabled AI frameworks and tools, as well as helping leading ISVs, cloud service providers like Alibaba Cloud and Tencent, and the over 500 companies in our AI Builders program enable their software for bfloat 16. Additionally, with our intense focus on software, we have increased the number of Xeon optimized topologies from just 24 at the launch of the first-gen Xeon Scalable to over 100 topologies across 16 usages with the launch of the third-gen Xeon Scalable. Common across all workloads is the need for data, but today's memory and storage hierarchy has gaps that require trade-offs between capacity, speed, cost, and persistence. Intel has been systematically investing to remove these trade-offs by closing the gaps. The Intel 3D NAND SSDs, like the D7 P5500 and P5600, deliver efficient, scalable storage at greater performance than hard disk drives. The performance advancements in Intel Optane SSDs speed remote data access, filling an important gap in the warm tier of storage. Intel Optane persistent memory improves hot tier memory capacity and adds data persistence to unleash large dataset analytics. A truly revolutionary technology unique to Intel, Optane persistent memory has seen incredible traction since its introduction in April of 2019, with adoption at over 200 of the Fortune 500, with over 270 production deal wins, and a proof of concept to volume deployment conversion rate of 85%. The third-gen Intel Xeon Scalable processors introduce Intel Optane Persistent Memory 200 series, delivering up to 18 terabytes of in-memory data in a 4-socket system, perfect for tackling the largest data analytics challenges. Compared to the first generation, Optane Persistent Memory 200 series delivers an average of 25% higher memory bandwidth, significantly and affordably expanding the available memory pool to increase server utility. In an unexpected power loss, Optane Persistent Memory 200 series provides over 225 times faster CPU access to persistent data compared to reading from a mainstream NAND SSD. The role and importance of technology in society has never been clearer than during the COVID-19 pandemic. In April, we announced the Intel Pandemic Response Technology Initiative, deploying $50 million to help lives around the world in these challenging times. Intel is collaborating with customers, partners, and government institutions to help health systems and enterprises address the onslaught of the pandemic. I'd like to share just a few of our collaborations. Intel has focused on helping communities manage the impact of the pandemic through support for local foundations and organizations. For example, our education system has experienced significant disruption. To ensure learning continues for all children, we joined forces with First Book, CDW, and the LEGO Foundation to provide a holistic learning solution for those students without access to computers or internet. To help hospitals ensure additional capacity and to protect healthcare workers, we partnered with Medical Informatics and are engaging with more than 100 hospitals to scale virtual ICUs and ICU beds. And as supercomputers around the world spin up to combat this virus, Intel technologies are at the heart of multiple COVID-related research projects. For example, we teamed up with Lenovo and leading genomic institutions to accelerate the genomic analysis of COVID-19. Today, we unveiled several new AI-optimized products. This wouldn't have been possible without the hard work of Intel employees. While COVID-19 has certainly been unpredictable, their response has been anything but. With over 90% of us working from home, the Intel teams have faced challenges head-on to keep products moving forward for our customers. It's because of their dedication that Ice Lake is still on track for later this year, and our next generation of Xeon, Sapphire Rapids, recently began full power on. At Intel, our purpose is to create world-changing technology that enriches the lives of every person on Earth. I have never felt prouder to call myself an Intel employee.